This is my first video. I've been watching a lot of stuff about empaths and people with IMFJ. I guess that's what it would be called. I do this all the time. It's caused a lot of problems with me, maybe with my family, relationships, just period, anything, you know. I go in my own little zone, my own little world, but I don't understand what's going on around me. Like, I know everybody's probably thinking like I'm some kind of retard. Like, I don't know, like maybe I'm not all there, or I got mental health issues, which, I mean, a lot of people have mental health issues, you know, and they don't realize it. But that's part of it, I guess, is that you do subconsciously realize it, but at the same time, it's just like you don't initiate in your mind that what's going on, you know, and a lot of people don't know how to handle stuff like that. I get mistaken all the time. I get mistaken for being either just non-caring and heartless, or just like being selfish, you know, like just being something that pretty much just self-centered, like nobody, like I care about nothing but me. And it's totally not what it is, like, because I am probably one of the most caring people there is in the world. I don't like for people to mess with my friends. I don't like for people to mess with my family. I don't respect people that do that. So it's kind of hard for me to respect anybody, because nowadays, you know, everybody's so dishonest, lie. I mean, literally, like, for example, the girl I was just with, I'm not going to say her name because we're on YouTube, but she is so narcissistic in her mind that she tried to break me down and make me believe that I was this piece of crap, that I was never going to be nothing, that I needed her, or that I wasn't never going to amount to nothing, because I was selfish. And I used to always just be thinking in my head, like, okay, well, you know, ain't you got to be able to take care of yourself before you can do anything for anybody else? With that being said, wouldn't everybody be selfish in some type of way? I don't know. It's not for me to decide, really. I really don't care what people think about me in an aspect, but in a lot of times I do. So it's kind of weird. I don't know if I know I'm an empath. I know that. I see auras. I can tell when people are lying to me. I can tell when people are taking advantage of me. And then there's just times like I want to let people think that, so that I can actually help them, like use them and help them in a way that benefits them and maybe everybody else around, but it don't really benefit me none, because I like being by myself, really. I don't like being around a lot of people. Crowds of people, either people make me mad, and then I don't really get mad. It's just I get mad at the way people act, or how they choose to be towards other people, and how they misread somebody's actions, their true intentions, and turn it into something else. And it becomes a narcissistic thing in my mind, that people want to sit and think that they know everything that's going on with somebody, or just because you're sitting there and you're quiet, or you're not saying nothing, that you're being selfish and you don't care what they say, when actually you're getting all of it in your head. And it's just, I don't know, it's really, sometimes, man, it's just a lot. It's just a lot. It drains me. It takes every bit out of me. And I just want to zone out, you know, just leave me alone. You know, people just leave me alone, man. I don't have a good relationship with my mom. She likes to steal my shit, sell it. I've been in jail a lot of times. I don't know if that's a trait for INFJ, whatever, or even an empath. But I've had people trying to tell me that I'm not an empath, and I'm looking at them like, dude, like, you're not an empath. So how you going to tell me, because you're not even on the same wavelength that I am, you know? And then I don't want to tell people, man, I was 27 years old before I even told my mom or anybody else in my family or anybody I mess with that I was even seeing auras or having these feelings, because I didn't want people to think I was crazy, and I didn't want to get locked up in a crazy house. But push come to shove, I end up doing time. I get locked up. State, they want to do shit. They want to fuck with your mind, put it that way, mess with your brain, and put you on all these medications. And at one point in time, right now actually, I'm supposed to be on 11 different types of medications. But if I take all 11 types of medications, then what am I doing? I'm walking around like a zombie. I'm not me. And I can see exactly what everybody else is doing, and I really do feel like I'm just a joke. It's kind of a hard thing to deal with. It's kind of a hard thing to be able to try and talk to anybody about, because a lot of people just think like you're just stupid, or just crazy, like throw it off, like something's wrong with you. And they don't realize, man, in the Bible, God says that he gives everyone a gift, everyone some type of gift. And, schizophrenia, like, okay, my girlfriend, she don't believe in, my new girlfriend, she don't believe in schizophrenia, because who's to say that God don't put it on somebody else that, okay, you might not be able to hear voices and see stuff. This man might, because he can handle it and you can't. So a lot of people just don't understand things like that, because they don't have to go through it, And I've been seeing stuff since I was a baby. Since I was 4 years old, I can remember. My grandma knew I could see stuff, but she never, pressured me into it, And then, once I actually did sit down with my mom, and talk to her about it and let her know what was going on, she said that it made sense, because I would point off to stuff, and I'd be looking at stuff, or I'd be in my room by myself. Even as a kid, I was by myself all the time. Like, there would be a group of children, and I would go off and do my own little thing, be picking up smallest rocks in the parking lot, whatever. Whatever the case would be. But I've always just felt like the only person that I have really is me, if that makes any sense. But at the same time, I got family. And my little sister, she's doing good. She's got a little boy, and she goes to college. I kind of, after my daddy passed away, and my brother and my sister, they both died within about a month of each other in separate car accidents. I don't want to get into that because I'll get all upset. But anyways, my life kind of just went downhill from there. And that's not what I'm on this video for. I'm not crying about me being locked up and getting all these tattoos and becoming a, whatever you want to call it, a criminal, felon. That's just another label. I mean, because it don't mean I'm no different than nobody else. I just made bad choices. I'm not no murderer. I'm not no violent person. I have been known to be violent, but that's when somebody's trying to hurt me or hurt somebody that I love and care for. I don't promote violence. I don't like it. But back to the subject, what I'm saying is I've always just felt like there was nobody there for me. And maybe it was my own fault because I didn't talk to people about it enough, or just try to talk to somebody about it. And I kind of think maybe my grandma, she might have been an empath. She might have known something. And my sister Amanda, she's dead now. I definitely know that she was an empath. I know she was, because me and her would just sit and have conversations. Like whenever she was going, once I lost her, it was just like, I don't know. It's almost like a twin sister. She was only a year. I mean exactly, but it's pretty much a year younger than me. Me and her and my grandma, all three of us have the Rh negative blood factor, so that's another thing. My sister and my grandma both were born on the same day. Both of them were redheaded. Both of them ended up having heart surgery. Both of them had kidney problems. I have had kidney problems. I had a kidney removed when I was 17 years old. About killed me. Just dealt with a lot of hurt and pain in my life. Like a lot of death. I've seen a lot of stuff that a lot of other people would not be able to handle. Probably would break them, would tear them in half. I've never really even had a chance to mourn and cry, or even be able to do for me, because I was so worried about my mom, or somebody else in my family that was going through the pain they were going through because of the lost one. And it's almost like I was just born to be numb to everything. And then I had a preacher one time pull me up in front of It was in front of everybody. It was at church. I can't remember what day it was. I got baptized the same weekend after that, or this weekend after that. But I never believed in nobody actually laying hands on nobody, and like people, they would always flop out and all that, and I would think they were faking it, and then start talking in tongues and talking crazy, and I believed that them people were faking it. I thought they were. Well, then Brother Chris, I don't even know if he's preaching anymore or not, whatever. He actually went and put his hand on this one girl that I used to date. I'm not going to say her name because it's on YouTube and I'm not really supposed to be dropping names like that. But he went to touch her and she screamed at him and told him, "Don't put your fucking hands on me. If you do, I'll kill you." But it wasn't her voice that said it. Well, then when he put his hand on me, it was just like time stopped. And then I could just see everybody's energy all at once. And I could understand what this older woman, like minutes before, she was over there flopping on the floor, speaking in tongues. But it was like I became aware of what was going on. She was not flopping on the floor. She was standing up just like me, but her feet were not touching the ground. Chris was talking to me, but he wasn't saying a word with his mouth. It was all coming through my head. And he told me, I had lost the ability to play guitar because I wrecked a four-wheeler and it messed up my right hand. So he had told me, he said that you will bring people closer to God by music. So eventually I ended up being able to learn how to play guitar again with my hand and stuff. But that's not what the point I'm not getting on. It was just I didn't believe in that stuff. So whenever it actually happened to me, it was like I wanted it again, I wanted it again, I wanted it again. So I got real, real deep in the church. But then when I got real, real deep in the church, I started noticing that, people like to judge a lot, And I could see that. I could see, like, how people were being judgmental. And, that's one of the things that empaths we don't do. We're not very judgmental because if we do, it weakens our ability. I'm not going to say I'm not totally not judgmental because, like I said, if I see somebody doing something I don't like, I usually call them out on it. I'm honest. Like, I'm brutally honest. Like, I won't lie to you. I don't care if you don't like what I got to say. If it's going to hurt you, I'd rather you respect me for being truthful than never be able to trust me because I've lied to you, if that makes any sense. I don't know. A lot of people lie nowadays. I don't know. But anyways, it's been a real, 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 real bad roller coaster, up and down roller coaster with me because I just don't have no kind of understanding about what I'm supposed to do with this. I don't know if I'm supposed to use it to help. I don't know if I'm supposed to keep it to myself. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with it. But I do know that whenever Brother Chris put his hand on me and I went out, that I was on another plane, or if that makes any sense, like another universe, another something. And it was just different. It was different. And it was like when I came back from that, it was almost like watching Dragon Ball Z, whenever you got Goku and all them and they go into Saiyan mode and you see their power flying off of them. It's been like that ever since. And I remember when I was younger, I used to always keep stuff in, bottle it in, hold it in. I never, would tell nobody nothing about my pain or what I was going through. And this is actually right now, me doing this video is kind of hard for me. I really don't even know if I'm going to put it on YouTube. But it was real hard for me to express my feelings, my emotions. And I remember my aunt walking up to me one time and telling me, and my Aunt Wendy, she lives in North Carolina, but she walked up and told me, she said that if I kept on bottling everything up like I did, that one day I was just going to eventually explode. And I never understood what she meant until here recently. And I had gotten into an argument with the ex, and she was always calling me a liar, saying I didn't care about her, talking about I cheated on her and all that, and that's far from the truth. None of this ever happened, like literally. Like I didn't lie, I didn't cheat on her. Turns out she was doing all the lying and all the cheating. She's back with her husband now, which I'm good and glad, good luck to him. I don't think they'll make it because she's a narcissistic bitch, but it's just hard to cope. It's hard to have a job. It's hard to do a lot of things if you're an empath because I can actually tell what people think about me just from looking at me. And then I got tattoos on top of that, so I mean that gives people just a reason to just stare at me. Got them on my head. I got a mohawk. Got gauges. It's just real hard, already. Plus that, so I just don't know. I just feel like maybe, like, what is the reason for me being an empath if it's gonna mess with my life so much that it keeps me from being able to keep a job, keep a steady relationship? Or is it IMFJ or INMFJ, whatever they call it, inverted narcissist, whatever this thing is? I've just started watching the video on it and it clicked on me. I knew about being an empath, but I didn't know nothing about being an introvert. And I watched the Keanu Reeves video, and he does the same thing I do. I use my hands a lot when I speak. I'll look you in the eyes one time when I'm usually talking, and then after that, it's like I got to zone out. I'm doing my own thing. I'm off in my own world, but I'm not really. I'm just like there, speaking with you, and then it's real aggravating for me because it feels like people are always trying to overtalk me, or maybe it's not they're overtalking me. It's just maybe that in my mind, I don't know that I'm talking, and they're speaking over me or speaking down to me. It's kind of hard to understand. It's just real weird. Like, I don't know what to do, and then I don't want to go to a psychiatrist and talk to them about this kind of stuff because I don't want to end up in a straitjacket getting Thorazine shoved in my butt and a needle 6-7 times a week and walking around looking like some old man with a walker, And I just don't want to do that. I don't want to be that. I'm done. I don't want the medication. Like, the medication don't do nothing but just, it turns me into somebody I'm not. Put it that way. And I believe, like it says in the Bible, God gives every man a gift. So what maybe my gift is to see auras or have these feelings that I have or see the things that I see. I've not really heard no voices or nothing like that. I'm not really seeing nothing like crazy. Like, I feel like I had a demon trying to attack me one time and stayed with me. Same place I'm at right now, my mama's storage unit. I'm over here with my girlfriend right now. We're trying to get some stuff together. But anyway, that's besides the point. I felt like I was being attacked by this thing for like a week straight. And then I actually went to go across them railroad tracks right over there, if you can see on the top of the hill. And when I was going up the side of the rocks to go over the railroad tracks, I was going over to the next neighborhood over. It's actually a whole neighborhood over there. I grew up around there. I know a lot of people that live over there in the neighborhood. I lived in that neighborhood too for a long time. It was almost like I was being called to come over there for some reason. Well, then when I go over the tracks, I don't see no train coming. I don't hear no train coming, nothing. Next thing I know, I'm on the railroad tracks, and I'm trying to step off of them to go down the other side, and all I can hear is, the train's coming. And I can look down, and I can see the little yellow demon. It looks like the one off The Conjuring, where the little dude with the red eyes, or the red skin, and he comes out from behind the dude's chair and all that. He looked almost like him, like a Darth Maul, but yellow. He was holding on to my ankle, and was telling me, we're going to get you. One way or the other, you're going to either give us your soul now or we're going to take it from you. And it was almost like he was trying to tell me that I wasn't living my life right for God right then, that if I would have stayed on them railroad tracks, that I would have died and went to hell. But how can I really go to hell if I didn't commit suicide if there was a demon holding my leg down? I want answers to these questions. And I know I'm not crazy because, people look at me like that sometimes, but they know I'm not crazy. I'm sane. I can hold a job. I've got kids. I've had relationships. I can hold an intelligent conversation with somebody. I'm not thrown off. Like, I'm not really. Might not look like I ain't, but I'm not really. Like, I know I'm not the only person that's had to go through this. I know I'm not the only person that's had to deal with this. I don't know about me being the only person in my family that's got it or had it. I know that my grandma, there was a possibility she had it, but she died when I was younger, and I never really got the chance to talk with her about it and sit down and have a conversation with her about it. I remember after she died, I was in middle school, and I was walking down the hallway. I was going to Miss Gaddy's class in Asheville, North Carolina. That's where I went to school at the time. Robert Smalls Middle School. I was walking down the hallway, and there's a trophy case when you first come in off the hill. There's a trophy case. You go up the stairs. Trophy case is like right in front of you. You can keep going through them doors and go either to the lunchroom, or you can Miss Gaddy and Miss Lisenberg and a couple of Miss Blackwell or a couple other teachers. We actually had a principal. His name was Mr. Peoples that year. He started that year. And I heard my grandma say my name, and I turned, and she's standing right there at like where the stairs went down to go to the class, to Miss Gaddy's class. And she's telling me that everything's gonna be all right, that I needed to just stay with my Bible. She always stay with me reading the Bible. She read Revelation to me. That was like the first book I ever learned was Revelation. She tried to scare it into me, because I guess she knew I had a gift. I don't know what it is. But she told me that I needed to stick with the Bible and not to be scared of whatever happened to me later on in life. No matter what it was, that God had a plan for me. And I just want to know, am I the only person that is going through this? Like, I don't want to be harassed. I don't want people to be bullying me, cyberbullying me, or making fun of me, because this is a serious issue, and I know I'm not the only person out there that's going through this right now. I can't be. Now, if I am crazy or whatever, then so be it. But I really don't think I am, because I cannot be the only person that's going through a spiritual warfare, because people talk about it on TV all the time. Bible talks about it. Spiritual warfare. Spiritual warfare. God's got a plan for you. When not gonna put you through anything that you can't handle. I don't know how much more I can handle. I'm literally watching my life fade away in front of my eyes, and I'm not scared. I'm confused, and it's like it just all feels like it all ties into this empathy, and me being able to see auras and just like demons and all like the dimensions and all that stuff. Like, what do we not know about? Like, is there something I'm missing here? Like, I've read the Bible. I'm trying to get answers like that. I mean, I've had Brother Chris. He helped my eyes up to a lot of things. I've seen some stuff that happened. Then it made me never ever want to question Jesus again. God, Jesus Christ. But whatever the case be, I can't keep a job because I have a problem with authority, which I don't understand, because I'm usually ready to make somebody happy. I want to do stuff for them so that they are happy, not for me to get no kind of praise for it or nothing like that. That's not what I want, because it's not my demeanor. I'm a Capricorn too. I'm always usually I'm trying to make sure that everybody else is taken care of and making sure everybody else is happy. But where does that leave me? I don't know. But I'm going to get off here. This is my first video on YouTube. I don't even know if they're going to let me keep it on there or what, how this works. This is the first time. I'm just trying it out. It's early in the morning, getting up. Wish I lived in California. I could go get me some weed or something. I could smoke it. Maybe that make my head feel a little bit better. I don't know. If anybody's got any answers out there, or anybody's got anything that maybe they can help me understand this a little bit better. I don't know how to add the link to it or whatever, but my email address is jjfrady224@gmail.com. Email me or whatever you want to. Maybe I'll do another video. We'll just see how this one right here works out. Anyways, peace.